What's going on, everybody? Once again, it's your man Tony. I'm back with another episode of Conquer Your Kitchen. You know what's up. You know why you're here. Because you want to learn how to do some more things in your kitchen, right? I got it. And I got you. Today, we're going Greek. Spanikopita. Spanikopita basically just translates to spinach pie. It's a Greek dish, and you'll find it. You can see it like I said, spinach pie, and it's more like a quiche. But this is going to be the appetizer version. You've probably seen them, the little triangles filled with spinach and feta and lemon zest, and I love it. Butter. Say no more. Butter. It has butter. So let's jump right in and see what we're working with. All right. I got some spinach, feta cheese, fresh black, of course, a little bit of dill, some minced onions, and garlic. Now, traditionally, you probably want to use shallots. I couldn't find any shallots, so I used red onion. It's a little bit sweeter, not as much of a bite. Some lemon and an egg. Those are your ingredients. The preparation is pretty simple. The technique of making the actual little spinach pies, that might take a little bit of practice, but hang with me. I got you. We'll get it done together, okay? Now, with your spinach, this is just frozen spinach from the store. You just, the little box of spinach, frozen, thaw it out, and then put it here. So you know what you want to do, remember though, when you get this, it's going to have a lot of water in it. All right, you don't want that in your final dish because they'll get all soggy. We don't want soggy, we want crispy. So basically all you're going to do is take it and well, that would have been pretty stupid to squeeze it into what I was getting ready to put it in. Sometimes it just happens. This is the magic of film or recording, and I got a little bit in there, but it's not going to make too much of it. So we have our spinach here, all ready to go. Now, your feta cheese depends on what you have. Mine had some bigger chunks in there. You just want to break those up. Break those up a little bit because the little triangles are so small that if you have these big, huge chunks of feta in there, then it's kind of going to overpower the rest of the dish, okay? So, got some feta cheese, fresh black, some dill, fresh dill. Here's the thing, dill comes in a big bunch, all right, if you get the fresh. If you don't want to do the fresh, well, it's not going to taste as good, but you can still get it in, the little shaker. But if you get it in the big one, use as much as you need for the dish, and then dry the rest out, stick it in a container, and then you'll have it when you want to use dill. All right, so the mince on the garlic and the onions, you see that's very, very small. And the reason, again, is because you're talking about a small little appetizer here. You don't want big, huge chunks of onion and garlic in there. Now, with that, all I did was I minced them up very fine, and then I sweat them. Okay, the difference between sweating and sauteing is sweating, all you're doing is softening the vegetable or whatever you're doing by heat. So a little bit of olive oil on a cold pan. Put your minced veggies in there. Veggies. I don't know what a veggie is. Put your minced veggies in there, in this case the onion and the garlic, and then slowly bring the heat up. As soon as it starts to sizzle and bubble, turn the heat off, let it sit till it cools down. That's what you're going to get. Okay? Just a little technique for you. All right? And then just a little bit of lemon juice there, not a whole lot. I'm going to have some leftover lemon here. If you put the whole half a lemon in this amount, it's going to be too sharp. And we don't want that. So, and then just a tiny bit of the zest. It's just going to wake it up a little bit. Some people do this step, some people don't. It's up to you. I like it. If it's Greek, it's got to have lemon. That's just my take on it. Okay, so we get that in there. Crack your egg. Whoa, Tony. A little aggressive with the egg there, buddy. And then we're just going to get this mixed up. Okay, so we have this all mixed up. This is our filling. And, you know, just want to give it a little taste, see what we got here. That's good. Don't worry about the egg, it's not going to hurt you. A little pinch of salt. Be careful with the salt because your feta cheese is already salty. And then you're also going to be adding salt with the butter. So just be careful with the salt. Salt it to taste, but don't go crazy with it, okay? So let's get that all mixed up. And then we're going to get into the fun part, which is creating these little suckers, all right? So, and for my Greek friends out there, if this is not down the line Greek, well, that's because I'm black. Yeah, I said it, okay, Sean. But no, seriously, it does lean itself to a little bit of modifications if you want, you know, certain things that you like, certain things that you don't. But let's just move on. All right, your phyllo dough is the key ingredient in this, and you just have phyllo dough pastry sheets. Okay, they come in a little box. They're going to be in the freezer section near the pie crust, so that's where you'll find that. And then when you're unrolling these, generally you want to have like a wet towel or a damp towel. I won't say wet, but a damp towel available, because as you're using these, they will dry out on you rapidly. So you don't want that to happen. And hopefully that won't happen with me. I'm just going to see if I can move fast enough so that it doesn't happen. And then, so you're going to take these, well, usually I like to do 2 at a time, but that third one wasn't coming off. So I have 3 here. There's no magic number, all right? You just get them out. And then you're going to just hit it with some melted butter. And these areas here that are cracking, just use the butter like glue. Okay, just kind of stick those together. All right, it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. All right, and then you take, hey, that one came off in twosies. So yeah, like I said, when you're doing this at home, have a damp towel on standby to keep these from drying out, okay? So you just get 2 more on there and then just repeat the process. All right, so I have these all buttered. I went 3 layers, so 3 layers of 2 sheets per layer. So you got 6 layers or 6 sheets here, which I have 7 because that first one was 3. But generally you go 2 at a time. Phyllo dough, just roll it back up, stick it back in the plastic it came in, and then what I like to do is just take this, fold it down, tape it up, stick it back in the box, pop it in the freezer, you're good to go. Okay, so now the construction. So these are generally lined up. You know, you want to get it into as much of a rectangle as you can, and if it's a little off, just kind of pinch those edges there and you'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll do 5. So I'll start here, and basically you just cut down. You need a sharp knife for this. If you don't have a sharp knife, you're going to rip it, and then it's not going to turn out so well. All right, now the mistake that some people make is putting too much filling in here. I'll do it from this side because it's going to be easier to roll. That's about a teaspoon. If you ever folded a flag, same technique. Start at the corner, fold it over, make a triangle, go up, finish the triangle, go over, and you just keep doing that till you get all the way to the end. Okay, and then that part there is just going to fold over. Whatever part folds over is going to be your bottom. Okay, and then we just take that and put it over there for now. I'll do 1 more, and then I'm going to finish these off and get them in the oven. By the way, my oven is on 350, so you want that so nice and hot. So let's go ahead and put that down. That actually may be a bit too much. No problem, no problem. Okay, start with your corner. flip it over, get over there, and then go forward. Then go to the left, then go forward, then go to the right, forward, left, forward, and fold. That is it. Now, you have some that's going to pop out there. Oh well, that's okay. So I'm going to get 3 more of these going, and then I'll be back. Alright, so here's what we end up with. Just some nice little triangles, and they don't have to be perfect. I mean, you know, if you want to spend the time to make them perfect, have at it. But, you know, it's kind of a rustic dish, so it's not, they don't have to be absolutely perfect, okay? Lay down some parchment. I use parchment as opposed to, or you can just spray it, but I like to try to keep my pan clean. But what I like to do is spray the parchment so we don't get any sticking. Now, I do have a silicone pad that you can also use, but it doesn't get as crispy. So when you want crispiness, use parchment paper. If you just want it not to stick, you can use your silicone pad, okay? So we're just going to lay these down here, and then I'm going to show you a trick if they look a little too mummified. See, this one here is perfect. That's because I was taking my time, and these I kind of rushed through, and that's the result. But here, let me show you this real quick. Take your butter, since you're going to put more butter on it anyway, and just slather it on there and tuck it in as you go. Okay, because your phyllo dough is super thin, and if you want to get real creative and say, well, I'm just going to make my own phyllo dough, hey, have at it. Have at it. Every recipe I have ever seen says open your box of phyllo dough. Making this stuff is just an absolute pain. So unless you're going to be on the Great British Baking Show or something like that, just buy it. All right, so I'm going to pop these in the oven, 350, 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you the absolute art that's going to tickle your tongue. All right, guys, I'll be right back. And we are back, and Lord, these are, boy, these are some fatties. But, you know, you can make them smaller if you want, but you know, why, right? Okay, so basically this is what you're looking for. You got a nice, beautiful golden brown top, nice and crispy on the bottom, and these are your Spanikopita, and very rich, very tasty, because we, you know, emptied like, excuse me, a cow's worth of butter on there. But this is what we're looking for, and this is going to knock the socks off of any of your guests. It's very simple to prepare. Like I said, there is a little bit of practice with the technique, but you saw how I did it. You know, you lay it out, lay your dough out, put the butter on there, put the filling in, fold, go over, fold, go over. It's basically just left, right, and front. It's not hard. It's not hard. You can do it. So I would normally dig into these at this point in the video, but these are really hot, and I'm not going to go and stick that in my mouth and burn my tongue just for your entertainment. Okay, go ahead and make it. Then you get to taste it yourself. Once these cool off, though, best believe they're going down the hatch. So I appreciate you guys coming by. I love having you here, and anything that you want to ask about Spanikopita, put it in the comments, and I will do my best to get the answer for you. Okay, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Conquer Your Kitchen, and thank you for all your support. If you haven't subscribed, right down here there's a little button. Go ahead and click it, and then click the bell. Every time I post a new video, you'll be notified. Tell your friends about it. I love doing this for you guys. I want to see you conquer your kitchen. So until next time, I'll say peace out. God bless you, and bye-bye.